and it finished Queensland 24, New South Wales 18. So again, the pride of Queensland is its female rugby league players this year. So we had a few fan views in on this one too.
Yeah, Mark Butler says a full-blooded encounter, ultimately won by a tougher Queensland team over a more expansive New South Wales team. Handling errors prevented both teams from building pressure near the line, which Queensland made academic with 2 super tries from distance before wearing their opponents down. A late 3-try New South Wales rally was not enough. 35-minute halves. What the fuck? So Les Patterson clearly in charge of women's lib down there.
Carsten said New South Wales bottled that after their last try. They could have had a full set but decided to celebrate and let time go. Queenslander.
And David Hunt says Ali Brigginshaw is the absolute goat of women's rugby league, but it was the players around her that really stepped up. New South Wales made it closer at the end, but it was never really a contest.
I must admit I didn't find time to watch this one, sorry, so I don't get to really say much.
Me neither,
I had a very hectic end to the week last week. Which I shan't
well, if you're just catching up with Origin on Sunday after it being on Wednesday, that's that kind of explains it.
Yeah. Some extra responsibilities at work and some things to sort out with my in-laws at home as well this week. That's as far as it's going to go. But yeah, well done to Queensland, and just as the Broncos women did in the women's NRL, their female stars are showing the way for their male counterparts. Right, let's skip on from that into our predictions, where we're going to talk about the Super League semi-finals.
So here we are, down to the last 4 teams. I don't know what we're officially calling these games, but they're effectively the semi-finals. So it starts off on Thursday, 7:45 on Sky. Back to that routine again, and it is Wigan playing at the DW, I believe.
Yeah.
First time in a long time.
My cardboard cutout's going to be back out. Woo! I'll be there. Sort of.
Spot the Illingworth in the crowd for Wigan against Hull FC. If you could just make yourself look really thin, you might be able to sneak in. You never know. What do you reckon on this one?
Mid-30s.
Go on then. Do I dare suggest that you're going to think that FC are going to win this one?
Look, they're on a roll. They are on a roll. You can't deny that. They've got something clicking with Connor at fullback. You do wait for a kind of explosion there of something that goes wrong, but it doesn't seem to be happening at the moment. Sneed has played big games well in the past, so there's composure there. They seem to be getting something of a first choice forward pack back together, so Hull FC cannot be looked at lightly. Wigan certainly this Wigan side don't always play well after a break, but they are the league leaders. They have had time to get their preparation right. They've not had any worries in the build-up. Hull FC, we should talk about actually Adam Pearson being in hospital, the owner of Hull FC. We wish him all the best. It sounds like he's stable and on the path to recovery from his COVID catching the COVID virus. So all the best to him in his recovery. But it doesn't look like that's affected the playing and coaching side of things for Hull FC, which is good when it comes to thinking about this game, and it might give them something else to galvanise them for as well, actually, Hull FC here. But Wigan were top of the league this year for a reason. They were the best side overall this year, and they performed, other than against Leeds in the rain, so let's hope it's fucking dry.
No guarantees at this time of year.
No, exactly. If it's dry, Wigan win. I can't see Wigan not winning. They've won over big games when it's been dry. They have a relentless attitude, this Wigan side, which we've seen for a number of years now. But you combine into that some absolute star quality with Bevan French at the back, Jackson Hastings, Sam Powell having a fantastic year, Oliver Gildarp being an excellent strike weapon, Zach Hardacre having some good games, and of course Liam Farrell. So I think it's going to be close. I'm going to let my heart lead on it. Wigan by 4.
Tipping has been a clusterfuck this year for many reasons. And in the interests of creating a difference, I'm going to go for FC. I'm going to go for the emotional vote.
That's what you were going to say.
Yeah, why not? FC by 1, drop goal.
That is how they like. Actually, Wigan and Hull FC games have come down to drop goals twice last year, and it was the away side who won both times. So
there you go then.
Yeah, that's,
you never know.
That's potentially an indicator there. I'm trying to think. I don't know if Wigan have played Hull this year.
Not at all.
We were due to play them the last game of the season, in the regular season, so we would have been playing them the week just gone, but that was changed, obviously. We must have played them, right?
Who knows? This as Sarah said, this season's lasted 10 years, so you must have known at some point.
Yeah. It seems like the sort of thing that's easily fact-checkable, but I've closed down all my internet browsers, so we'll just move on. I'm going Wigan in a close one, you're going Hull FC in a close one. Friday night, 7:45 on Sky, over to the Totally Wicked, where it's St Helens hosting Catalans. I'll let you go first on this one. Do you see Catalans pulling off another upset on the travels?
I'm going to say yes, and I'm going to build a case about why that can happen. They're going to be missing a couple of players, though. I think that's fairly obvious. They're getting used to this flying in, winning, and then disappearing again. St Helens, terrible record in semi-finals. I'm going to go buck the trend. I'm going to go Catalan by 10. I just think St Helens might just, just be too much for him.
I think St Helens will win this game. I think they'll have used the last couple of weeks as an opportunity to get everyone right for this one. I think Catalans showed me enough last week that they are capable of running out of steam. Joel Tompkins will be a loss. I think he's performed quite well for them this year, and it does seem like he struck up a good partnership on that right edge with people that were, it was a rangy offloading right edge that was hard to contain in attack, but he's not the biggest miss. McAlorum is a huge miss. They just don't have the quality and depth there. Garcia can do a good job, and I'm sure he'll play most of the game at hooker and do a good job. And no doubt he'll steal a try from dummy half at some point as a bit of a surprise to the defence, but they shouldn't be surprised because he's tried it loads of times whenever he plays at hooker. I just think St Helens, with Walmsley back on deck compared to the Wigan game where they lost the league leaders shield to Wigan, it's going to be, I think that'll be too much for Catalans. Where Leeds lacked in forward power, St Helens do not. Saints by 8.
That's an entirely sensible thing to say. Just while you were talking there, I've just looked it up. Wigan beat Hull 26-12 on the 23rd of February. There you go.
So, yeah, I was there.
Yeah.
I was there.
I was there and I've completely forgotten.
Yeah, it's a long time ago.
Certainly is.
Oh, wait. That Jackson Hastings scored a long-range try. Bevan French made a break, and then there was a pass that was tipped but still caught, or one way or the other. I think I vaguely remember it now. God, it was so long ago. But yeah, there you go.
It certainly was.
State of Origin Game 3 as well is coming up this week, Wednesday 9:10, Queensland versus New South Wales. Apparently, full crowd at Brisbane. which is just remarkable.
It is, but I bet they're glad.
On.
Yeah, I bet they're glad they're not playing in Adelaide this week. I would say after after the stuff in South Australia that's just started. But
yeah, and good luck to everyone there. They know how we feel.
Yes, but yeah, I can't see anything other than New South Wales winning that one myself.
No, couple of changes to note for the Queenslanders, bringing in a couple of debutants potentially. Corey Allen, the Rabbitohs winger come fullback, is going to play on the wing outside of his teammate Dane Gagai by the looks of things, and Harry Grant is going to come onto the bench, which will offer a bit of interchange value there with Jake Friend. Whereas we didn't talk about it enough. It was mentioned by Karsten, but Ben Hunt had to come on to play in place of Cam Munster, who went off really early in the game for a HIA that he failed. So yeah, interesting to watch if Munster is able to go. He has had a couple of HIA issues this year, so I think if it wasn't a decider, he probably wouldn't have been playing, even though he won't play if he's not fit to play, as it were. But yeah, you got to be careful there. Whereas it kind of looks like the Blues are going to go as was last week and see if they can do it again. Be interesting to see if Payne Haas and Tino Fausu Malawi renew their little handbags and actually throw some punches this time and make us all see what we want to see in an Origin game. But other than that, yeah, Blues in it, unless the crowd can have an effect.
Yeah, it didn't help the Broncos this year, did it?
No, but they didn't have 40-odd thousand, 50-odd thousand. That looks like it might be there this week, unless it's probably changed, probably reduced by between then and now. Who knows? But there you go. Yeah.
We'll see.
We will see. Okay, that's everything looked forward to for next week. Make sure you get your fan views in on those games. It was great to have so many fan views on the games this week, including the Origin game. So I'll make sure to make more time in my schedule for the Origin game this week. But I certainly won't be able to watch it live, sadly. Okay, that's that. Let's move into the 288th wrap up. Can you guess what the quiz is about, Alan? It's not fingers up the arse, just to get that one off the table.
Hopoate. Was that the answer? Never mind. Go on then. I have no idea. Go on.
Well, it's a chance for us to come up with a few stats about our retiring hero, Sean O'Loughlin, soon to be inducted into the Wigan Warriors Hall of Fame. Absolute legend of a player for his club, and of course played plenty for his country as well. Interesting in the write-up that we read off the BBC website, his country was only England and Great Britain wasn't his country. I always get confused with that as well. How can I be from two countries?
You're from one country as part of a bigger union.
There you go.
What a terrible idea that is.
There you go. Right, so I've got 3 questions about Sean O'Loughlin. Question 1. He made his club debut and international debut at the same stadium. Name that stadium.
Okay. I'm going to say the KCOM.
No, it wasn't a trick question.
Yeah. I was kind of assuming that you'd kind of... Oh.
No,
DW
it's the DW, or then as it was known, JJB Stadium in Wigan. Both of his debuts were from the bench. He lost his first Wigan appearance 18-20 at home to Hull FC in April 2002. I don't remember that one either. But he won his first, and I will have been there, but he won his first international for Great Britain against Australia 24-12 in November 2004. That was the one where Keith Senior scored that try to seal it.
God. All that period, all